Yeah, fellow Nigerians, my name is Ohaimo Afa. I'm the publisher of Contracting Magazine um, and the CEO of Contracting Communications LLC here in the US. Um, I just want to continue with the discussion we were having regarding what is going on in Nigeria. And I think all Nigerians should be doing the same, especially when we have a government that seems to be listening to what the people are saying. Before I get into that, I just want to quickly share an experience or something that happened in the past, and then I can now link it with whatever I'm discussing here. And that is talking about Germany. You know, when Germany became unified, sometimes in 1990, I think, they had a minister there, Adenauer, who was referred to as the economic miracle minister. And the reason why they called him that is because he proposed to the then government that in order for Germany to become a super nation, a superpower in Europe, and playing global games, all hands must be on deck. And what was it they did? They said within 6 months, let's see what is going to happen. Let everybody participate in one thing or the other, regarding how to develop Germany. And they did that. And within 6 months, at least Germany was a country to reckon with. Not only that, there was this spirit then, like, anyone who is opposed to whatever arrangement they are putting in place to develop Germany is an enemy, so they need to go. Even Germans, I'm talking about the German citizens, even if you are opposed to whatever arrangement they were having, you have to leave. So that was the spirit then. And I think Nigeria is a country where things like that can be adopted. And that is why I so much love, the German leadership structure, style, and how they got to where they are today. Because it's like you just want to say no to what is not good until you're able to get it right? So there shouldn't be the realization of what the law is talking about and all that. No should be no and yes should be yes. And that will quickly help us to get to the path for development. So, like Adenoa, the one I mentioned, I also scribbled down some names here, like 3 of them. Who are the people I think the current president, President Tinubu, should be listening to? Excuse me. We have Agbakoba. I've been listening to Agbakoba, and I think he has something to offer Nigeria. But thank God, Tinubu brought him into some sessions where he was actually talking, and we all understood what he was talking about. We also have Femi Falana and Bishop Kuka. You see, these 3 men, I consider them to be 3 wise men. Listen to them, bring them very close to your government, and you're going to see a change in Nigeria. So let me now get into the point I actually wanted to raise today. You see, the current president is out there looking for investors. He's been traveling and all that. I just came to realize that this is actually not the Nigerian problem. We have oil, right? And whatever it is that we're getting from oil, what are they using the money for? Nothing. So that means the influx of money into the Nigerian economy is actually not the problem. The problem is the money is coming, but someone can just, with a stroke of a pen, the money can just, disappear. So that means the president needs to be doing just maybe 3 or 4 things. I'm telling you, if he's able to do this, then another person can build on that if he will not be coming back for the next election. But I don't want to get into that. For instance, I have just mentioned that we have oil, but whatever we're getting from oil is not serving the purpose. And then secondly, let us strengthen the law. Okay? The law was there when Abacha was siphoning money to different parts, different countries in the world. So, and they recovered some money. This money were enough to pay some teacher's salary and all that. So that means even with the law that we thought we had in place, one person was able to steal so much. It's the same thing as Diezeni, who was the former petroleum minister. We have Mifiele, the CBN, former CBN director or whatever. We all knew how much is in the news now that they're stealing. So that means there's something wrong about our system in terms of how money is being handled. And one who can actually handle money and what goes on when it comes to our financial transactions. So I think Tinubu should just try and see if he can just work on this, strengthen the law, make sure that our financial transaction, there's no loophole in it. There's no way for people to just dip their hands into whatever we have and they can do whatever they want to do with it. Even in some states, you see some governor's wife donating cash and all that. Where is this money coming from? Which of the law backs this up? So these are some of the areas where our governors, people in offices, they can actually dip their hands um, into our treasury and then they just spend as they like. I think this has to be worked on. That is that. Then the other point that I think, instead of the president actually working too hard on himself, looking for investors to come into Nigeria, I think he should just concentrate on helping Nigerians grow their business for global market. Okay? Now, so look at it very well. If you're able to strengthen the law, if you're able to make sure that our financial transactions is not something anybody can just go into and do whatever they like because they are in one office or the other, and if you can actually help Nigerians boost whatever they are getting into, boost whatever they're working on, boost whatever business they have for global market, if you can achieve just these three, I think that is enough recovery for the Nigerian economic system. Now, investors will see all this. Investors will want to come. Because if I'm bringing business to you and you see that my name is making waves in your country or somewhere else, then it's very easy for me to ask anyone to come and invest in my business. Okay? But now, the president is out there looking for investors to come in and all that. I'm not saying that is bad, but when they come, and they're making this money. One, this money is divided into two parts. The investors will have to reap their profit, and then the Nigerian government will have to also make some money from it. Now, the money that is made by the Nigerian government, what would the money be used for? Now, you see, with the stroke of a pen by just one person, that money can still disappear. So that means bringing investors in and doing well in the Nigerian economy is actually not our problem. The problem is whatever we've been able to make. How are we managing this money? Who has access to it? It's a question we have to work on. Now, let's get back to what I mentioned earlier about Adenauer of Germany. It's a deliberate plan, and they fixed a time frame, like within 6 months. Let's do this and let's see what the result will be like. President Tinubu, you need thinkers, people that can just put something on your table, people you can discuss with, and then the question will be, what do we want to achieve? It's quite different from you bringing investment here. Someone else is doing something, you want to see what they are doing, you want to support them and all that. I get it, all that is okay. But what I'm saying is, you should have a time frame for anything that will bring about development to Nigeria. Where do we start from? What are we all doing? What is the time frame? Come out openly. Let Nigerians hear this from you. And let's set everything in motion. This is what you need to do. You see, from what I'm seeing now, everything you're doing, even though perhaps you may bring in more investors than the previous people in government, but the truth is, it's going to be the same result. Because the problem that we have that has to do with corruption, those areas you are not working on them. You need to fix that system. You need to fix that particular sector, because corruption is a sector in Nigeria. You need to fix it. You see, when you fix it, everything that comes here stays. Everything we have, we can invest. Nigerians can be proud, to go into production, and then they will be prepared for global export, global market. And that is exactly what I think you should be doing. Okay? Just work internally, fix whatever we have, and you will see what the rest of the story will be like. And I'm telling you, this is the best way to go. I wish you well, and I wish Nigerians well, and I hope we will start working on this. Thank you, and God bless Nigeria.